Again, I think it's disingenuous to suggest that this was a political action. This is mismanagement. This is poor leadership. And had the issues been addressed proactively, I don't think this jailbreak would have occurred. And how I would have handled it is I would have been very transparent with the public and did it in a timely fashion. Letting the elected officials know, letting the public know, letting the media know exactly what happened at the jail, and being very transparent about it and taking accountability for it. When you are elected as the sheriff, you or the person that has to take accountability for everything that goes on inside that agency. And so to suggest that it was political, for me personally, and I'm not sure about other candidates, it felt like she suggested that one of us had something to do with it. And that is, to me, that's suggesting that we would do something criminal, and that's truly disrespectful.
I'm going to give the sheriff just 30 seconds to respond to that claim.
If you're feeling guilty, that's on you, and that has to do with your own past and your lying to investigators and your own record. But what we do know about this particular incident is that we know there were actors in the system doing things that they should not have been doing. And what we did is, I don't know how more transparent I can be when I put out the actual video of what goes on and photos of what goes on in that, what went on in that particular cell. So we've been very transparent about it, and we're going to continue to investigate, and we're going to hold everyone accountable.
Constable Shorty.
Leadership is about taking responsibility. You take responsibility for the bad things, you share the good things with your staff. And we still are talking about inmates scheduling a jailbreak for an election cycle. That doesn't make any sense. The public knows that that doesn't make any sense. What the sheriff should have done is notified all of the partners in law enforcement immediately, not wait for 2.5 hours. Everyone should have been able to look at your news station and see the photographs of these inmates immediately so they know who they were looking for. The DA's office should have been notified immediately. The New Orleans Police Department, the Louisiana State Police. Everyone should have known exactly who these folks were, what time they broke out, and had that information so that they can try and recapture them as quickly as possible. Notification of victims should have happened immediately. You've been victimized. We asked you to come to court. We asked you to testify. Something happens, and we asked you to step up. And these folks stepped up, and they weren't notified timely by the sheriff's office.
Thank you, sir. Real quick, Sheriff, anything you want to say just about the timing here and those allegations?
Part-time constable, part-time lawyer, jack of all trades, master of none, and doesn't know anything about how this operates. At 9 o'clock, I found out before 9:30, I was clear that we had given it to the task forces. All of law enforcement, except you, are on that, and we're able to get that information. So it went out. And then our victim services, as we said that day at the press conference, reached out to the victims. We were even worried about one of the victims and the way she sounded, and we sent police to her house. So we did reach out to protect our victims, who we deal with every day.
Sheriff Hudson, thank you.